guys, welcome and thanks for joining me again for a week full of live videos using the Sale-a-Bration products as we wind up with this amazing promotion. My name's Kayla and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Tasmania in Australia, and I love to share what I create with my paper craft and card making, and I'm coming to you to share another fun project I made using these gorgeous products. So if you didn't catch my video yesterday, I made this card here using the Toadstool Gardens 6x6 designer series paper with the terrific Toadstools bundle from the mini catalogue. So this was a lot of fun to make, and if you didn't catch the video, you can either go back on my YouTube channel or go back further down my page if you're watching me on Facebook. If you are watching the replay, hello, feel free to say hello in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to catch these future videos. So today I'm going to share with you another project using a different product this time. So if you don't know what Sale-a-Bration is, it's a promotion that Stampin' Up have every year. It's in January and February, and here in Australia there's different thresholds depending on where you are in the world, but for every $100 you spend Australian, you get a free product. So there's a catalogue full of these gorgeous products, and these products cannot be purchased. They can only be earned for free. So there's papers, embellishments, stamps, embossing folders, ribbon. There's all kinds of gorgeous products to choose from. You can get one free or collect them all. So the rewards are cumulative. You can earn a free, if you spend $200, you can earn 2 free ones, or you can get a level 2 product, which is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to use a couple of 3 different Sale-a-Bration products in today's video. So the first one I'm going to share, and the main feature of this card, is this gorgeous Corner in Bloom stamp. This is a level 2 product, so you need to spend $200 to get this free. And the reason for that is it's a larger stamp set. It's worth a little bit more dollar-wise, so that's why it's a level 2 product. I'm also going to be using this gorgeous 12x12 designer series paper, as well as the adhesive backed sequins, which are probably my favorite. I've used those quite a bit. So if you haven't yet, check out the links in the video description, and you can head to my store and see all of the Sale-a-Bration products and shop. So before I get in, I want to share that there is actually more Sale-a-Bration products that have been added that are not in this catalogue. Towards the last bit of Sale-a-Bration, Stampin' Up released a few more products that you can also earn for free, including some amazing deals. So you can get die sets, punches, some pretty new stamp sets actually. I think there's 2 there that are only just in the most recent mini catalogue, so don't miss out on checking those out. And the other cool thing about Sale-a-Bration is that there is an amazing joining offer. So if you have a lot on your wish list, or you want to take advantage of this amazing deal, you can actually, if you're in Australia, you can join my Golden Scissor Craft Club team. And for $169, you can choose $235 of whatever product you like. And you also get 2 free sets of stamping wrap markers and an exclusive stamp set, and that's worth an extra $162 in value. So when you join, the usual joining offer is the $169 and choose $235, but at the moment there's the additional offer of the free stamping wrap markers and stamp set. So you're getting a bargain, because the normal joining offer is a bargain anyway, because you get $66 in free product plus free postage. If you don't want the stamping wrap markers and the stamp set and you want to join, you can choose option 2 and get an extra $51 retail in products of your choosing. So it's a great deal. It ends this Friday, so if you want to know more about that, feel free to shoot me a message or hit the link in the video description for how to join my team. If you're watching this on replans after the date, you can always check out information on joining or buying a starter kit in the links in the video description, as I always have it there. Joining is always the amazing option because you get a discount on all your future purchases. So you start off with a 20% discount, and there's some amazing opportunities. Like, for example, I'm going to Brisbane in just a couple of weeks to hang out with lots of demonstrators where we craft and have lots of fun and see new product. The other thing about new product is that when you join, if you choose to join, you can actually add this brand new pre-order product that isn't available yet to a starter kit, so you can get it early. This is just a sampling of some of the new product. There's lots of product available, and I do have a video of that from last week, showing off some of that new product that I purchased. So I'm going to come back to my desk now and show you the card that I'm going to be making today. This is very purple, so if you love purple, this card is for you. It's made using that beautiful stamp set, and I was really inspired to create the purple from that designer series paper. So that's one of the Sale-a-Bration papers, along with those gorgeous sequins. I've combined this with a set from the mini catalogue, which I swear I had on it. I do have it in front of me down here. So this set is taken from the Floral Delight suite from the mini catalogue. So this is the newest mini catalogue, if I can go to the front cover, this one here. And this suite has a beautiful stamp set that is here, and it includes these gorgeous matching dies. So I took the sentiment and that beautiful wishing die from that set to create today's card. So the Sale-a-Bration products that I'm going to be using is this set here, the Corner in Bloom. Now this is a level 2 set, so you need to spend $200 to earn this one for free. But the reason it's level 2 is it's quite a big set. It's photopolymer and has some amazing designs. I've also used the purple adhesive backed sequins, and I have also used this stunning Bloom Impressions paper. Now I have chopped into this. You can see I've had fun using it. It's 12 by 12 and you get some stunning designs in here. So most of my pack is no longer 12 by 12 sheets because that's how much I love it. So there's some stunning patterns. Look at that gorgeous yellow. We've got the I always call it peekaboo peach, but it's peach pie. And there's that stunning floral design. But today I'm using this beautiful purple pattern here. Stunning. That's Blackberry Bliss. So they're the 3 products I'm using. Obviously, to get all 3 of those products, you would have to spend $400 Australian to get those, because there's a level 2 and 2 level 1 products. So let's get started, and I'm going to make this along with you. So I've done a little bit of prep and some of it I haven't. So first of all, you're going to need to stamp your pieces, and we're going to do the colouring first. So I have stamped this largest stamp, and I've done that twice. Now I have pre-done mine, but I'm going to colour one along with you. So I've stamped this out in Memento ink on some basic white cardstock, and I'm just going to colour that along with you so you can see how I've chosen to colour it. So let's do my flowers first. I'm going to use a mixture of some fresh freesia, which for some reason I popped away, goodness knows why. I'm going to do some fresh freesia and a tiny bit of my light petunia pop, I think. I'm trying to remember my exact combinations that I've used, but that's the one I think I might go with today. I do have a blend chunk here somewhere. Fresh freesia. Actually, I might do a little bit of Highland Heather. That might be a little bit closer in colour. So let's grab out my Highland Heather. Okay, so I'm going to do a few of the flowers with this combination, and then I'm going to switch to doing a bit of a different combination. So I'll colour along with you. So first of all, I'm going to open up my markers. This is my fresh freesia. Sorry, that's my dark Highland Heather. So I'm going to set those out to the side, and I'm going to do a couple of these flowers. So I'm going to start with my light fresh freesia. I'm going to colour in around my flower, just with the light, and then I'm going to come in with my dark fresh freesia and add in a little bit of dark. I'm not going to do it too much, I just want to add in a little bit of definition, and then to finish it off I'm going to come in with my dark Highland Heather and add in a little bit of shadowing. So then you can come back with your lightest colour. So this is my light fresh freesia, and I just want to blend out that line. So this is the cool thing about using stamping blends, is you can easily blend out those colours. So I'm going to come in and add the same down here to this little bud. So I'm using this mixture, and then I'm going to turn this around now, and I'm going to do this flower down here. So I'm going to start with my light fresh freesia. I'm doing this pretty basic. I just wanted to stick with my purples. You could do this whatever colour you like. It would look really pretty with some pinks, some berry burst, maybe some bubble bath. Okay, so then I'm coming in with my dark fresh freesia again, and I can see the lines that are added from the design, whoever designed this stamp. So I'm following along with those a little bit, and I'm keeping the darkest colour down and not adding it as much. I just want to add a little bit and then come back and blend out those lines with my lightest colour to really get that to blend nicely. And then I might do this bud up the top here. Choose the same colours for this one. And then I think I might do one more of these with this colour combination before I switch. Okay, let's close those up now, and we're going to switch to a different colour, and I'm going to go with some Blackberry Bliss and some Dark Berry Burst. I think I actually also chucked in some Petunia Pop. I'll see how I go. So I've got my Dark Berry Bliss, my light, then this is Dark Berry Burst, and a little bit of Dark Petunia Pop. Let's kind of wing it and see how we go. I might start with my light Petunia Pop actually and give that as my base colour. So I just want to go around my petals with this colour. And then I'm going to come in with my light Blackberry Bliss. And then I think I added in my dark. I might not add my Berry Burst. I'm just going to stick with these three colours. So I'm going to come back in with my Dark Petunia Pop and just blend any of that out. So then I'm going to come down and do the same to this flower. I do have to say thank you, and I've got to still go through my messages, to those that sent me beautiful messages about, well, one, last night's video, but also about organising my craft room. I've got to get back to a few of those messages, but my video on the weekend, I was talking about IKEA furniture, and I do have to look into those suggestions that I received because they were amazing. So thank you very much. I'm very keen to work on that new craft room. So I just want to let that dry just a tiny bit and then come in and just blend that out. This is quite dark. So then let's work on our big one down here. So, that is my Berry Bliss. I want my Petunia Pop. Okay. So I like to twist my paper as I go. I find it easier. Now with colouring, with doing stamping blends, you can start with your dark first and then go to your light, or you can do it undoing and go light from dark. It's completely a personal choice and totally up to you. There's no right or wrong when it comes to this. Whatever you feel most comfortable with. So now I'm going to add in this is my light Blackberry Bliss. I'm just adding a little bit of that. Following the natural curve of these petals. Then come in with my dark and add some of that darkest colour. And this is the one I'm adding the least of because I really want to focus on just having it eat a tiny bit of that. So then this is my dark petunia pop, and I'm just blending out that line a little bit so that it has a nice natural look. Okay, and then we've got a couple more flowers up here. We've got this tiny little bud here, and we've got this flower here. So let's do them both at the same time. You might be able to hear my dryer. I do apologise. Today is washing day, so it's the strip the beds day, do all the washing. Okay. So then this is my light Blackberry Bliss. Coming in and adding a little bit of that in. And then lastly with my dark. Tiny bit of that. And along here. And then I'm going to blend out that line with my dark petunia pop. Okay, so that's all of my flowers done. So I'm just going to close up my purple markers. And put those off to the side, and then I'm going to bring in some dark Daffodil Delight. I'm not going to worry about blending these out. I'm just adding some dark Daffodil Delight into a couple of those flower centres where you can see those middles, and then what I'm going to do is bring in my Lemon Lime Twist markers and my dark Granny Apple Green. I'm going to start with my light Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm going to add in a bit of light. Now pretty sure I was playing with my markers this morning, and I think it's my light that's running out, I think. So we'll see how we go. Just going to add all that colouring with that light. So let's do one side of this image first, and then I'm going to come in with our dark Lemon Lime Twist and add in a little bit of that darker colour, leaving a little bit of light still. We don't want to cover the whole thing. And then with our dark Granny Apple Green, I just want to add in that shadow. I'm being quite quick with it because, you know, it's nature and it's not supposed to be perfect. So don't stress too much. And then come back with your light Lemon Lime Twist and just give it a bit of a blend to get rid of any harsher lines. I wasn't going to colour the whole thing, but I thought, you know, sometimes it's nice to sit and watch how someone's coloured something, so I do it occasionally. So then we go on this side. And this is the light again. Colouring is not my strong suit, but if I can do it, I'm sure anyone can do it. Now we've added our light, come in with our dark Lemon Lime Twist. That's what do we call it, the mid-tone or something. And then we want our dark Granny Apple Green. And then lastly, we want to come back in with the light lemon lime twist. To blend that out. And then that is our colouring. Now what I did do is come in with a little bit of Winker Stella. So this is our glitter pen. And I have gone over my flowers with just, it's very hard to see, but just a little bit of glimmer to make them a bit sparkly. So then there is no coordinating die or anything to cut this out. So I've made 2 of them and I have done them ahead of time and cut them out with scissors. So I did fussy cut them, but it was totally worth it. So I'll put this one to the side. I just wanted to do that one with you. Now for the actual card, I've got a Blackberry Bliss card base. This is just a standard card base. I've done it as top folding card base, but you could do it side folding. It's completely up to you. And then I have got a piece of the Blackberry Bliss coloured designer series paper, and off the top of my head, this is 7.5 by 12.1, and it's 7.7 by 12.3. But if this is the first time watching, I do provide the PDF with both the metric and imperial measurements, and you'll be able to find that in the video description or straight after this video. So the other measurement is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and this piece here is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8, but you'll be able to see those on the PDF. Now what I have done is just grabbed a little bit of Blackberry Bliss marker and just added a tiny bit of spritzing over this piece. That's optional, you don't really have to do that if you don't want to, and these can get adhered together. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of glue. There's the back side of that piece. Oopsie. And I just want to add a little bit of glue along here so I can adhere this down. This is going onto this piece, which is Petunia Pop. So I've chosen to combine those 2 colours. So I wanted something that would stand out a little bit from this Blackberry Bliss. Now I actually want to grab my flowers and adhere those down before I adhere this to the card. So these are a little bit bigger. They're going to sit a little bit bigger than the card, which does mean they're going to go off the edges a little bit. If you don't want that, what I would suggest doing is trimming around this leaf and this bud here to make it a little bit more compact and smaller on the card. Otherwise it is going to, if you can see here, come off the card a little bit. Now that does mean that it won't quite fit in a standard envelope. I don't mind because I quite like making handmade envelopes, but if you don't want that, simply just cut this bit off here and you'll be able to sit it tighter along that piece. So what I want to do is actually start arranging this onto the card, and what I'm going to do is actually come up here on the top and sort of slot that in place. So I'm going to tuck that in just a little bit. I'm going to slot this one in behind. So what that does is it will hold it there for a minute. I'm going to flip it over and then just tape that in place so it won't move on me. So I'm just going to grab some tear and tape and bring that along and tape it down, and that will keep that sitting there for a moment while I get to the next piece. So for the bottom piece, I want to come in and have this flower sitting. I actually have this flower on the top here tucked underneath, but I haven't done it on this card. So I'm going to tuck this bit here underneath and have this piece all coming over the top like that. So I've got it like this. So I'm going to flip that over again and just have this coming along here. I might just add a little bit there. That's going to hold all of those pieces down. This piece here will need a little bit of glue because that's going to sit on the top bit. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue there. And then I want to pop this whole piece up on dimensionals onto my card. So I'm going to grab a couple of dimensional pieces. Now I'm going to grab, I do have a few, and I'm going to need this in just a second anyway. We have these foam adhesive sheets, and they are great for cutting out letters and words and all sorts of things. So I'm going to need some of that anyway for my word, but I have these random leftover pieces here, and I'm going to use those to actually adhere up my card because I'm running a little bit low on Stampin' Dimensionals at the moment, so I'm just going to use some of these in the meantime. On the back of this Petunia Pop piece, I can actually use them as an alternative to some dimensionals. So let's just take the backings off and add a couple of those in there. We'll need a couple more pieces, so let's just cut those down and add some more of those on like this. Now I want to take the backings off. And then we're going to stick this down to our card. Now you will have to sort of try your best to eyeball it, get it somewhat even. I'm just trying to not get my head in view while lining this up a little bit. As I said, if you do it the way I've done it, it's going to hang off the card just a touch, and that is fine. So that is adhered to the card. Now what we're going to do is work on our sentiments. So the sentiments where a little bit of fun comes in. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink. Okay, so we're going to bring in the dies, which look like this. There's two sheets of dies there. I only want this thin die here, and I'm going to cut it out of some glimmer paper. So this here is Petunia Pop Glimmer. Look how pretty that is. I only want a piece that is big enough to cut this word, and I'm being frugal because I'm going to put it on the foam adhesive sheet, so I don't want to use any more than I need to. So I'm just cutting a piece that's big enough to stick there, and then I want to stick this piece to my foam adhesive sheet. Okay, so I'm going to just hold that there with my finger and just cut around my foam adhesive sheet, so I know I've got a piece that's sized there that will fit my Petunia Pop. I'm going to take one side of this backing off and just adhere that down roughly. And then I need to bring in my die cut machine. I want to sit that, make sure it's got all covered with the Petunia Pop. I'm just going to add a little bit of tape so it doesn't move. Oops, that's not going to stick very well to the glimmer, I don't think, but as long as we get it sitting there enough. And then place our plate over the top, make sure it's all on top of there nicely. And I'm going to run this through. And because we're going through the foam, I'm actually going to run it through a couple of times just to make sure that it's nicely cut. Okay, now what I like to do is bring that out, and if I need to, I actually run it through again upside down, and that will make sure it's cut away from that adhesive backing. I found that this was a good way to do it. So now I can see that's cut a little bit better. Now I want to carefully peel that up. Put this to the side, and then I can take my sticky tape away. Now what that has, and I can see here, is it's got the dots to the eyes still in there. That's okay, I know where they are. Okay, so now I want to carefully peel. It's a very thin word. I want to peel this away from the backing sheet, but I don't want to stretch it too much, so I'm just doing it very carefully. Otherwise the words will lose their shape. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, just to help me out here, is grab my Take Your Pick tool and pull out the inside here to a couple of those letters. I'm going to bring this back in. I'm actually going to carefully start adhering that word, and then I can remove a couple more bits that I don't want. So I've got my word forming its shape. This can be quite fiddly, so if you don't like working with it this way, there is a stamp in this set as well where you can stamp this word. I just love glimmer, so anything to get the glimmer on my card and I will do it. Okay, so now there's still the inside with that little S there, so I'm just going to carefully put my take your pick tool in there and just carefully take that away from there. Okay, now I can just see the tiniest bit of foam, so I'm just going to get my stamping blend and fix that up. Okay, now that's given that a little bit of dimension and height, as well as being a great adhesive. So what I'm going to do now is, I've got the dots to my eyes still inside my die here. So I'm just going to carefully poke those out with my take your pick tool. And what I'm going to do is add a dot of glue above my eyes. Then I'm going to grab, if I just let that glue sit for a moment, it will go tacky, which makes it easier because it's going to grab onto that dot without me needing to fiddle around with it too much. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. So that should be enough. Give it a bit of a press if you need to. Let it sit there to let that adhesive do its thing. And then we've got our dots onto our piece, okay? Then what I'm going to do is work on the second part of my sentiment, which I have taken the wishing you a happy birthday. So if you watched yesterday's video, I said I was running a bit low on birthday cards. So I've made this one a birthday card as well. I've taken some Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and I just want to grab in a couple of my embossing tools. So I'm going to prep my bit of cardstock with my embossing buddy. Then taking my embossing ink, I'm just going to ink up my stamp here and stamp this towards the bottom. And then I just want to grab, I might just grab a scrap piece of paper, which probably not with my financial details would be good. Then I've got my gold embossing powder, which I'm just going to pour on the top. Gives that a bit of a tap. It just needs a little bit more. Okay, and then I want to grab my heat tool. I like to let it heat up for a second, and then I'm going to come in and melt my embossing powder. Okay, so I've got a nice embossed, gold embossed sentiment. I'm just going to tap that back into my jar. And then what I want to do is grab in my little guillotine, which I've sat somewhere. Here it is. And I'm just going to trim down this sentiment just a tiny bit. Might even flip this way. And just going to trim this a little bit. And this one is going to go underneath there, but I'm going to add it on some dimensionals, and I do have some edge pieces which will work nicely along this strip. add them along there like that. I might have to add a couple more to get them along that length. I needed it a little bit longer. Okay, I'll peel the backings off. Make sure I can't see any of that. Just give it a trim if you can see any of that. And then I want to adhere this underneath here. So wishing you a happy birthday. Then let's finish up the card front. I'm going to add a little bit of Winker Stella. So I want to add some taps of Winker Stella to make it sparkle a little bit more. And then I'm going to embellish with some of these beautiful purple adhesive backed sequins. So I'm going to bring in, there's sort of more of a purple tone down here. So I just want to add a few of those. Add a couple up here and then add a couple of the smaller ones. Let's just move that along, and then I'm going to add a bigger one and another small one. So I've got 5. So I've got 5 sequins to make that sparkle a little bit more. So let's do a quick inside for our card. I have pre-stamped another one of the Corner in Bloom stamps. So this one is taken from up the top here. I thought that was pretty cute. So I've just stamped that into the bottom right hand corner, and these layer sizes are on the PDF, which you can download, and I've got a slightly larger layer of Petunia Pop. So I'm going to quickly colour these. Now I don't know what colours I did on the original. Let's have a quick look. Oh, okay. So I've got, let's go with some dark Fresh Freesia and some light Petunia Pop and see what that looks like. So these flowers are quite tiny, so I'm going to stick with just 2 colours. So we've got, test this out with these colours and just give that a light blend. So now I'll come in and do all of those petals. I don't know, you might be able to hear my dog out there. He's being very noisy. Okay. And then this one. Oh, I feel like I'm going cross-eyed. Okay. So these are all going to be gone as of midnight on Friday. So don't miss out on getting your favourite Sale-a-Bration products before they're gone. In fact, I know that some of the Sale-a-Bration products are running low and some are sold out. So they won't be restocked at this point. So don't miss out. If you've got something on your list as a favourite, get it while you can, because I know some of them are super cute. The seagulls, I think I'll do that for tomorrow actually. I think I'll show a card of the seagulls. Has been super popular, especially because it's summer here in the South Pacific. So seagulls and the beach is totally up with what we're experiencing right now. It's been quite warm here, even though I live down the bottom in the colder sections. We get pretty mild temperatures. I mean, it can be warm, but not as warm compared to other states. But yes, it's definitely warm for me because I think I'm a very well acclimatized Tasmanian now. So I wasn't born here, I was born in Queensland, but I don't think I could cope with that heat these days. So I'm just going to touch this with the dark Petunia Pops. We've got Fresh Freesia and a bit of dark Petunia Pop, and I'm just giving those leaves, petals, a little bit of extra colour. So I'm sort of focusing on the center so it gets darker and then becomes lighter. And I'm being quite random with it. I'm not worrying too much about doing it perfectly because it's only a little accent. It's not too big of a deal. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a scribble with the marker just to add a little bit of colour. And then what I'm going to do now is come back in with my fresh freesia and just blend it out a little bit to blend those colours together. Okay, so if you make any of the cards I'm showing, I'd love to see. There's a link in the video description for my VIP group. So you can join that no matter where you are in the world and whether you're a demonstrator or not. Feel free to join and share what you've been creating. I would love to see. Then after we've finished these little flowers, I'm going to come in and do the leaves quickly. Okay, so we've got those coloured. Now let's come back in with our lemon lime twist. Lemon lime twist, so we've got light. So there is a couple of stems that are easy to miss, but they just join up all of these flowers. So going over those with the lemon lime and coming in and colouring those leaves. Okay, then we want to come in with our darker lemon lime twist. Add in a bit of dark. And then let's add a touch of my dark granny apple green. So not too much, just a little bit. And then if you need to, just come back in with the light and just blend that out a little bit. Okay, to blend those colours together. Okay, I might add a little bit of colour. I might just spritz a tiny bit of Blackberry Bliss in there. And I think I did add, I'm not sure if I did on the original, yeah I did. So I've got a little bit of blending brush and a little bit of fresh freesia. And I'm just going to add a little bit of colour. I'm not going to do too much at all. Add a tiny bit, and then I'm going to take my glue and adhere this to my layer of petunia pop. And then I'm going to stick this to the inside of my card. You could add some Winter Stella to those inside flowers if you want. And that's the card finish. So that's the cute little inside to make this very purple, but this would look cute in any colour. So you could pull in some blues and make some summer splash flowers would be pretty, or some yellows and oranges. So I hope you had fun seeing that card. If you didn't get yesterday's card, go back and check that out. I will be going live again tomorrow, Thursday and Friday with a different Sale-a-Bration product. I haven't designed tomorrow's card yet, but I'm thinking I will have a go with the seagulls, so we'll have to see how it goes. So if you didn't catch the start, these are videos I'm doing to share the last bit of Sale-a-Bration before it ends on Friday night. So that is the joining offer. Check out the start of the video if you want to hear more about me talk about that. That was a very weird sentence to say. And then these are just some of the Sale-a-Bration products that have been added. So don't forget, you can earn your free product on every $100 you spend up until Friday night. And also don't forget to use my host code. This will be changing as of next month, but at the moment, until for the rest of this month, use the host code that you can see on the screen. And you will get a free gift, tutorial and handmade card from me for your order. The tutorial that you get is actually the Global Creative Project tutorial for the month, and for this month it features the Wildflower Birthday Suite. So don't miss out on getting that for free. If you're not in Australia and you can't purchase with me, you can also buy this tutorial on my website. I have all of my tutorials available there, which you can find at kaylarenee.com. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this fun card to make today, and I will catch you guys all back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.